going on, Jerome's? Of course, we know that Justin frickin' Jefferson is the king. Who's the king? Jefferson's the king. Wide receiver won the National Football League. But, of course, the storyline that's been going on with Jefferson is he's been up on blocks, right, through the bulk of training camp. And at a certain point, season is rolling along and start to be not full-on panic, not full-on concern, but just raise the eyebrow a little bit. Kevin O'Connell fed the local media jackals yesterday and said that, I'll close the Athletic go. The Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said wide receiver Justin Jefferson is progressing. He'll be reassessed next week. Then they'll hope to start building on the workload. So it feels like, the buzzwords progressing, coming along day to day, been out there for a couple of weeks, right? And sounds very akin to, knocking on all the wood, hopefully not, but 2023, when Justin Jefferson ultimately ended up missing 7 games with a right hamstring pull, and just the weeks out there, like Kevin O'Connell, he's getting closer. O'Connell has 90% reliability on coach speak. I know, I feel like we're starting to get to that, where, O'Connell is very positive, very upbeat, and there, of course, coaches have to be not 100% transparent with injuries, right? Because there is some gamesmanship, there is a little bit of this and that, but hopefully this is not the case. And also remember, Kevin O'Connell called McCarthy's knee a routine soreness, the day after the Raiders preseason game last year. Not that we're counting, of course, going back to Zimmer. Danielle Hunter tweaked up his neck. Okay. But timeline here. So July 25th announced the mild strain would miss practice. Jefferson actually took himself out of practice. Didn't think it was a big deal, especially it's July, right? Then July 25th, head coach Kevin O'Connell has announced that wide receiver Justin Jefferson has a mild hamstring strain and will be held out of practice. Jefferson will be reevaluated next week. Again, reevaluation, all that stuff. And I understand it's part of the process, but I think, don't want to say I'm worried yet, but we're definitely raising an eyebrow, August 1st. So what was that, 2 weeks ago? Over 2 weeks ago? 2 Fridays ago. Light running work on the third field. Third field generally is reserved for players coming back from medical things, as well as, special teamers. Get off the field. Yeah. August 11th, a Monday, participated in warm-ups as well as walkthroughs. So certainly promising, as the Vikings were in shells that day. Plus, August 13th, yesterday, Kevin O'Connell announced no practice for Jets versus the Patriots. Now, there have been some hope that he'd be able to get some workload going, but it wasn't meant to be. Sort of is what it is. And there's a couple factors here. So we are a little less than 4 weeks till the opener, but it's basically a month for Jefferson to get to 100%. Right, absolutely 100%. And wasn't going to play in preseason anyway. Kevin O'Connell's alluded to that too, where he kind of compared it to the Rona year. Him as a rookie, no preseason games that season, but still was perfectly fine. Want to get the hamstring to 100%, obviously, because you want Jefferson, even if you want him to be 100%, December, January, February versus now, Also, interesting note. So no sleeve on that left hamstring, which it's the left hamstring this time. It was the right hamstring in 2023. And also he's been joking around, running, jumping on Kevin O'Connell, tackling Kevin O'Connell, all that stuff. Also, he just did this on Wednesday. So he got mossed. He literally did the logo, the Jumpman. Jefferson should be a Jordan athlete, I feel like they could do some things. I feel like Under Armour's really dropped the ball with Jefferson. Under Armour should be marketing Jefferson like Adidas is marketing Anthony Edwards, but it's an argument for another day. I should have been a marketing person. Anyways, but he doesn't necessarily need reps, whether in preseason or in training camp at this point. But also, it would be nice to see JJ get going, although they did obviously get reps during OTAs, mandatory minicamp, threw together a couple times this offseason. But also, we need to get out of the gate hot. Be hot those first 3 games against the Bears, Falcons, and Bengals, because first 3 games, not going to have Jordan Addison, right? So that's even more pressure on Justin frickin' Jefferson. And hopefully this is all just much ado about nothing, right? And the rest of the wide receiver room did not have a good day catching the football yesterday, especially Jalen Speedy Nailor's got to step up, man. So at a certain point, The Vikings are bringing in any significant wide receivers that could start or play any significant snaps the first 3 games of the year. So it's going to have to be a spot where other guys just have to step up, suck it up, and just get going, right? But Jefferson, at a certain point, you start being a little bit concerned. I don't think we're there yet. If we're, say, next week, if it's another push, another reevaluation, another day-to-day, another getting close, then it can be a concern. But right now, it's just a little eyebrow, because there was a hope and speculation last week that Jefferson will be back for joint practices. That gets pushed again. So hopefully this is nothing. Hopefully everything is back to 100%, because it would be absolutely terrible to rush a player back and then you just kaput the muscle again, and it's no good. That's an issue with hamstrings and soft tissue injuries, that they have to be 100%. Otherwise, there's a high risk of re-injury. So fully understand it, but also season's coming up. All right, so again, eyebrow raised firmly. I don't know if I could do the eyebrow. Close enough. You guys know what to do. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Starting to be concerned about Justin Jefferson's hamstring, yeah or nah? We'll see next week. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.